Hello students, today we will study about electromagnetic induction, which is a very important topic from the point of view of your examination. Electromagnetic induction principles find a wide range of applications in electrical power generation, distribution, consumption and other utilities. In this section, that is in chapter number 6 part B, we will revise the topic and study the questions and answers. The syllabus for the year 2021 has been revised, but fortunately there is no portion deleted from this topic. All the contents, that is introduction, experiments of Faraday and Henry, magnetic flux, Faraday's law of induction, Lenz's law and conservation of energy, motional electromotive force, energy considerations, a quantitative study, eddy currents, inductance and AC generator has been retained in total. We will answer all the questions raised for Mark 1, Mark 2, Marks 3 and Marks 5, as well as multiple choice questions, completion type of questions, true or false type with important formulae will be studied in this section. The scheme of marks in PUC examination board has allocated a total of 6 marks in the form of 1 mark question plus 2 mark question and a 3 mark question, or it may be a 1 mark question plus 5 mark questions. So you please note down all the contents. We have given a brief description of all our lecture. Please note down and make your own note. Question number 1. Name the phenomena in which a current induced in coil due to change in magnetic flux linked with it. That is, he is asking you have to name the phenomena in which change of magnetic flux takes place and due to which a current is produced. Answer: electromagnetic induction. Define electromagnetic induction. Answer: the phenomena of induction of an EMF in a circuit due to change in flux linked with it is called electromagnetic induction. What is magnetic flux? Magnetic flux through a surface is a scalar product of magnetic field and area, that is B dot A. It is also represented as phi B is the magnetic flux equals vector B dot vector ds, that is also written as equal to B ds cos theta. Magnetic flux is a scalar quantity and its SI unit is Weber. Question number 4. What does magnetic flux measure? Magnetic flux through a surface is a measure of number of lines. Please note down, magnetic flux is nothing but number of lines of magnetic field lines passing through that surface. Question number 5. Is magnetic flux a scalar or a vector? Answer: scalar. Question number 6. What is the SI unit of magnetic flux? It is Weber or Tesla meter square. Question number 7. When is the flux through surface maximum and when it is zero? That is, under what condition the flux is maximum and when it is zero? Answer: A. When the plane of the surface is perpendicular to the magnetic field, that is theta equal to 0, flux is maximum. Part B. When the plane of the surface is kept parallel to the magnetic field, that is theta equal to 90, then the flux is 0. Question number 8. What is the value of magnetic flux through a closed surface? 0. The value of magnetic flux through a closed surface is 0. Does a magnet kept near coil induces current in it? No. EMF is induced in the coil only when magnet is moving relative to the coil. Okay, just by keeping a magnet near the coil, current will not be produced. When the magnet moves, then only current will be produced. Question number 10. Why does a galvanometer connected to a coil show deflection when a magnet is moved near it? Answer. Moving a magnet near the coil changes the magnetic flux at the coil, which in turn changes the magnetic flux linked with the coil. Therefore, an EMF is induced in the circuit, hence a current is produced. Question number 11. What happens to the induced EMF if an iron bar is introduced into the coils in Faraday's experiment? The EMF increases. Question number 12. State and explain Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Answer. The magnitude of induced EMF in a circuit is equal to time rate of change of magnetic flux through it, that is d phi by dt. If phi b is the varying magnetic flux linked with a circuit, then magnitude of induced EMF in the circuit is given by mod E is equal to mod d phi b by dt. Question number 13. Give the mathematical form of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Answer. Induced EMF E mod E is equal to N times mod d phi by dt, where N is the number of turns, phi B is the flux, time is d by dt is the time variation, and E is the EMF, induced EMF. Question number 14. Magnetic flux linked with a closed loop at a certain instant of time is 0. Does it imply that induced EMF at that instant is also 0? Answer. No. EMF does not depend on the magnetic flux but on the change of magnetic flux. That is, change of magnetic flux is d phi by dt. Question number 15. Can you induce an EMF in an open circuit by an electromagnetic induction? Answer. Yes. Question number 16. Does the electromagnetically induced EMF in a coil depend on resistance of a coil? Answer. No, but the current does. Question number 17. If the number of turns in a coil subjected to a varying magnetic field is increased, what happens to the induced EMF? EMF also increases because it directly proportional to the number of turns. Question number 18. How can magnetic flux linked with a surface be changed? By changing the magnetic field, that is, we can change the value of B, or we can change the area of surface, or by changing the orientation of the area with the magnetic field. By all these three means we can change the magnetic flux. Question number 19. Why did Faraday law need a correction by Lenz? Answer. Because Faraday law was incompatible with the law of conservation of energy. Question number 20. State Lenz's law. Answer. The polarity of the induced EMF is such that it tends to produce a current which opposes the change in magnetic field flux that produces it. Lenz's law says the polarity of induced EMF is such that it tends to produce the current which opposes the change in magnetic flux that produces it. Question number 21. Write Faraday's law with Lenz's correction. So induced EMF is equal to E is equal to minus of d phi B by dt. Question number 22. What does the negative sign in equation E is equal to minus d phi by dt does the expression imply? Answer. The negative sign implies that the direction of induced EMF opposes the cause, that is the change in magnetic flux. Question number 23. The magnetic flux linked with a coil changes from 12 into 10 to the power of minus 3 Webers to 6 into 10 to the power of minus 3 Webers in 0.01 second. Calculate the induced EMF. So the flux is changing from 12 milliwebers to 6 milliwebers in 0.01 second. So we have to find E. E is given by minus d phi B by dt, that is equal to, it has changed from 6 milliwebers to 12. So 6 minus 12 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by t is 0.01. Therefore, the difference of 12 and 6 is 6. 6 into 10 to the power of minus 3 over 0.01. Therefore, the answer is 0.6 volts. Question number 24. If you bring the north pole of a magnet near a face of a coil, what is the direction of the current induced in that side? Anticlockwise. This makes that the side of coil magnetically north, which repels. Hence, the magnet coming towards it. Question number 25. If the area of the coil kept in a magnetic field is changed, is there any induced current in it? Answer. Yes. By changing the area, we are changing the magnetic flux linked with the coil. The current induced in a direction to counter this change in the magnetic flux. Question number 26. Lenz's law is consistent with the law of conservation of energy. Yes. Question number 27. Why does not the induced current in a coil flow in clockwise direction if the south pole of a magnet is moved away from it? Answer. If the induced current flows in clockwise direction, the phase of the coil becomes magnetic north. This repels the way away the moving magnet, and the moving flies off without spending energy anymore. Hence, this would be inconsistent with the law of conservation of energy. Question number 28. Use Lenz's law to find the direction of induced EMF in a coil. A north pole is brought towards the coil. B. North pole taken away from the coil. C. A south pole is brought towards the coil. D. A south pole is taken away from the coil. So, we have to find the direction of the induced EMF when we are bringing a north pole near it and taking away the north pole. And in the other two cases, a south pole is brought near the coil and it is taken away. What happens? Let us see. See, this is the condition. You see, this is the north pole. So north pole, in north pole, it is brought near the coil and taken away. Okay, so this is the south pole, and this is south pole is brought toward the coil. Answer A. That means when a north pole is brought towards the coil, it is anti-clockwise. When north pole is taken away, it is clockwise. When the south pole is brought towards the coil, the direction of current is clockwise. When south pole is taken away, it is anti-clockwise. Please remember this. Question number 29. What is motional EMF? Answer. The EMF induced in a conductor moving in a plane perpendicular to a magnetic field is called motional EMF. That is, the EMF induced in a conductor moving in a plane, conductor is moving in a plane perpendicular to the magnetic field. That is called motional EMF. Question number 30. What happens to the magnitude of motional EMF if the velocity of the rod and B length of the rod and the applied magnetic field are increased? That is, we increase the velocity, we increase the length of rod, and we increase the applied field. B also is increased. What happens to the magnitude of the EMF? Increases. In all the three cases, EMF increases. Question number 31. Is there an induced EMF, that is motional EMF, in a conductor if it moves in a plane parallel to a magnetic field? Answer is no. It should move in a perpendicular plane. Question number 32. A wire pointing north-south is dropped freely towards Earth. Will any potential difference be induced across its ends? Answer is no. If it is made to fall in east-west direction, there is an EMF across its ends. Question number 33. When a glass rod moves perpendicular to a magnetic field, is there any EMF induced in it? No, because glass is an insulator. Question number 34. What are eddy currents? Answer. When a bulk conductor is placed in a varying magnetic field, circulating currents are introduced in it. These currents are called eddy currents. That is, if a solid conductor is placed in a varying magnetic field, the currents are produced in bulk conductor itself. These currents are called eddy currents. Question number 35. What happens to a velocity of a conductor when it moves in a varying magnetic field? The velocity decreases. The eddy currents induced in the conductor damp the motion of conductor. Question number 36. Why are the oscillations of a copper disc in a magnetic field damped? Answer. Because the eddy currents produced in the disc. Question number 37. Why are eddy currents undesirable? Because the eddy currents produce heating effect in the bulk conductor and damping effect. Question number 38. Mention applications of eddy currents. Answer. A. Magnetic brakes work on the principles of eddy currents. B. Magnetic damping in galvanometer. These two are the applications of eddy currents. C. Induction furnaces and electric power meters. These are the total 4 applications of eddy currents. Question number 39. How does the magnetic braking in train work? Strong electromagnetics placed over the rails are activated. These produce eddy currents in the rails, which produce braking effect. So, on the rails, there are strong electromagnets. When they are activated, eddy currents are produced and braking effect is implemented. Question number 40. What is the principle behind induction furnaces? Answer. Eddy currents. That is, the induction furnaces work on the principle of eddy currents. In an induction furnace, a high frequency AC is passed through a coil which surrounds the metal to be melted. The eddy currents produced in the metal heats it to a high temperature and melts it. Question number 41. How can eddy currents be minimized? Eddy currents are minimized by slicing the conductor into pieces and laminating them so that the area for circulating current decreases. That is, the cores are laminated so that the area of circulating currents decreases. Question number 42. What is inductance? Answer. Inductance of a coil is the magnetic flux linked with the coil per unit current producing it. That is, inductance is the flux linked with coil per current producing it. That is, L is equal to d phi by I, where L is the inductance, d phi is the flux linked, and I is the current. Question number 43. On what factors does the inductance of a coil depend? Answer. The inductance of a coil depends on the geometry of the coil and intrinsic material properties. Question number 44. What is the SI unit of inductance? Define it. The SI unit of inductance is Henry. 1 Henry is defined as the inductance of a coil for which there is a magnetic flux of 1 Weber linked with it when a current of 1 ampere is causing it. Question number 45. What is the mutual induction? Answer. Mutual induction is a phenomena of production of EMF induced in a coil due to change in the current in the nearby coil. For example, for mutual induction production, there should be two coils, coil number 1 as well as coil number 2 kept closer to one another. So the change of current in one coil produces the change of flux in the flux linked with the second coil. Hence, mutual induction is an EMF induced in coil 1 due to changes of current in a coil number 2. Question number 46. Define mutual inductance. That is coefficient of mutual induction. Mention its SI unit. Answer. Mutual inductance is the ratio of magnetic flux linked with a coil due to current in a nearby coil. Its SI unit is Henry. Question number 47. Mention the factors on which mutual inductance depends. Answer. Factor 1. Factor A. The number of turns per unit length in each coil. That is, number of turns means N1 in coil 1 and N2 in coil 2. B. Factor B. Area of the coils. That is, A is the area of coil 1 and A2 is the area of coil 2. Then these areas also affect the mutual inductance. Factor C. Length of coils. L1 and L2 are the lengths of coil 1 and coil 2 respectively. Then their lengths also will affect the mutual inductance. Factor D. Permeability of the medium. That is permeability mu R of the medium inside the coils. The E. Separation between the coils. That is the distance between the two coils. F. The relative orientation of the coils. Hence, there are 6 factors which affect the mutual inductance of a material. Question number 48. Give the expression for mutual inductance between two coils which are wound one over the other. When the two coils are wound one over the other, the mutual induction is given by M is equal to mu R mu naught N1 N2 pi into R1 square divided R1 square into L, where mu R mu naught are permeabilities of relative permeability and permeability of air. N1 and N2 are number of turns, pi is a constant, and R1 square, R1 is the radius and L is the inductance. L is the length of the coil. Please correct it. L is the length of the coil. Question number 41. 49. Mention one device which works on the principle of mutual induction. Transformer. Answer is transformer. Question number 50. How can mutual inductance be increased without changing the geometry of the coils? By inserting a ferromagnetic material inside the coils. By inserting the ferromagnetic material, we are changing the values of mu. Question number 51. Mention the expression for the EMF induced in a coil of a mutual inductance due to change in current through another. Answer. E1 is equal to minus of M into dI1 by dt, where M is the mutual coefficient of mutual inductance. What is self-induction? Self-induction is the phenomena of an induction of an EMF in a coil due to change in flux through it. What is self-inductance? Mention its SI unit. Self-inductance is the ratio of magnetic flux linked with a coil to the current flowing through it. Its SI unit is Henry. Question number 54. Mention the expression for EMF induced in a solenoid in terms of a change in current through it. Answer is E is equal to minus of L into dI by dt. Question number 55. What is the electrical analog of mass in mechanics, or which electrical device plays the role of an electrical inertia? Self-inductance. Answer is self-inductance. That is, self-inductance is analogous to mass in mechanical or mechanical quantity. Question number 56. What is back EMF? Answer. The EMF induced in a coil which opposes the rise of current through a coil is called its back EMF. That is, when a current in one coil changes, the flux linked with the other coil in link produces a current. That EMF opposes the main EMF itself. That is called back EMF. Question number 57. Why does a bulb connected in a series with a self-inductance glows brilliantly for a moment when a current in the circuit is switched off? Because of the forward EMF produced. Question number 58. Mention the expression for self-inductance. Self-inductance is given by answer. Self-inductance is given by L is equal to mu naught mu R N square A into L, where mu R is the relative permeability, N is the number of turns per length of coil, A is the area of coil, and L is the length of coil. Question number 59. Does EMF rise instantaneously after the battery connected to it is switched off? No, because the back EMF produced opposes the growth of the current through the coil. Question number 60. Can a thin wire act as an inductor? No, because thin wire does not enclose a significant magnetic flux. That means if we use a thin wire, the flux linked is insignificant, is very small, very weak. Hence, no the thin wire can act as an inductor. Question number 61. On what factor does the coefficient of self-inductance of coil depend? There are four factors. First is the length of solenoid. This is the case of a solenoid. That is, it is proportional to self-inductance is proportional to L. It is proportional to the number of turns, n square. It is proportional to the square of number of turns. That is, C is the area of the coil. That is, it is proportional to A. And D, the permeability of the medium inside the coil. That is mu R. 62. What happens to self-induction of a coil if a soft iron rod is inserted to it? So, the self-inductance increases due to the iron because of its large permeability. 63. Mention the expression for magnetic potential energy stored in an inductor. So, he is asking for expression for potential energy. Energy is given by U is equal to half Li square, where L is the self-inductance, I is the current. (64) What is an AC generator? What is its principle? Answer. An AC generator converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. We have seen generators in our houses where diesel operated generators are used to produce small quantity of generator. So AC generator converts mechanical energy into an electrical energy. It works on the principle of electromagnetic induction. Question number 65. What is the frequency of AC in India? That is, frequency of alternating. AC is alternating current in India. That is 50 Hertz. The answer is 50 Hertz. Question number 66. It is a 2 marks question. Draw a neat labeled diagram of an AC generator. Here you are asked to draw an AC generator and mark its components. See here, this is a coil. A coil is rotating between a permanent magnet where N and S and are the poles of a permanent magnet. In between there is a gap. In the gap the coil is rotating over an axle. The two slip rings are connected to draw the current induced and it is taken out. Carbon brushes are used to connect the coil and the terminals, outgoing terminals. Question number 67. Explain the construction and working of an AC generator. So in the previous question we had drawn the diagram, labeled the diagram. Now in this question we are explaining the construction and working of an AC generator. Refer the figure of AC generator. An AC generator consists of a coil. This is a coil or armature placed in a magnetic field as shown. The coil can be rotated about an axis. This is an axis. It can be rotated perpendicular to the magnetic field. The magnetic field is produced between N and S and this can be rotated so that it becomes perpendicular 90 degrees, 0 degrees, minus 270 and 180. That is 0, 90, 180, 270 and you get 0 one cycle. So it can be rotated full circle. When the coil is rotated at an angle between magnetic field, the area changes. Hence, therefore, the flux linked with the coil changes, which induces an EMF in the coil. The ends of the armature are connected to an external circuit. The ends of this coil are here, and through this it is connected to an external circuit. This is the brief explanation. Now, in question number 68, he is asking, give the theory of an AC generator. This is a 3-mark question. This is a very important questions, these 3 questions, and combining all these 3 questions, you may be asked a 5-mark question also. Please study it, understand, and write it repeatedly. Answer for question number 68 about the theory of AC generator. Let the area of the coil be A and magnetic field be B. The area of the coil, this coil is A, and magnetic field between N and S is B. Let N be the number of turns in the armature. In the figure, only one coil turn is shown. Like that, you can have multiple number of turns, N. Theta be the angle between the area and the magnetic field. When the coil is rotating, the angle between the B and A is changing. If omega is the constant angular velocity of rotation of the coil, that is the angular velocity or angular velocity, omega, then theta is equal to omega t. That is, omega is changing, theta is changing with respect to time, omega t. The magnetic flux linked with the coil is given by phi b is equal to NBA, where N is the number of turns, B is the magnetic field, A is the area of the coil, and theta is the angle between coil and the magnetic field. That is given by NBA cos omega t, because theta is equal to omega t. From Faraday's law of induced magnetic EMF, the induced EMF by the rotating coil is given by E is equal to minus d phi by dt. That is equal to minus d of, substituting the values of phi, we get NBA cos omega t divided by t dt. Therefore, that becomes NBA is a constant that is taken out, and then d by dt, that is differentiation of value cos omega t. We have to find from our trigonometry differential calculus, we have to find the value of d by dt of cos omega t. Therefore, E is equal to minus NBA into omega sin omega t. That is, d by dt of cos omega t is omega sin omega t. That we have substituted here. Minus into minus, these two minus becomes plus. Therefore, NBA omega sin omega t. So, that omega factor is here. So, that can be written as NBA omega can be written as, please put NBA omega as E naught sin omega t. This is the equation, where E naught is called peak value or maximum value of EMF. Therefore, if nu is the frequency of rotation of the armature, then omega is equal to 2 pi nu. Therefore, E is equal to E naught into 2 pi nu t. This is the expression for alternating EMF produced by a generation. Sometimes we use nu or V also, small v as the frequency, where V is the frequency in cycles per second. Please see the figure here. When we plot this expression, E is equal to E naught sin omega t or sin t with respect to in the graph shown in here. This is the graph. This graph, please see, this is the graph on your left hand side. This is sine wave. This equation E is equal to E naught sin omega t is plotted. X axis is omega t or 2 pi ft. 2 pi Vt. So when we do it, the maximum, the value of EMF varies when theta is equal to 0, sin 0 is 0, and theta equals 90, it is maximum. And then theta is equal to 180, it becomes 0. And then when theta is equal to minus 270, that is 3 pi by 2, it is minus E. And then again when it becomes 360, it becomes 0. This is one cycle of induced EMF. So E is plotted on the y-axis and omega t on the x-axis, and E naught, that is the peak value or the maximum value of E naught, is shown here. This is the positive maximum, and this below 0 is negative. So this is negative maximum. This is 0. So the wave induced EMF oscillates between 0 plus E naught maximum, then 0, minus E naught, and then E 0. This is one cycle. Question number 69. Explain coil and magnet experiment performed by Faraday to discover electromagnetic induction. This is a fundamental experiment of Faraday. Answer. When the north pole of a magnet is moved towards the coil, see here, north pole of the magnet, this is a magnet and this is a coil carrying a current. Okay. So when the north is magnet moves to its galvanometer, the galvanometer here shows a deflection in the circuit. The deflection continues as long as the magnet is moving. As long as the magnet moves, the galvanometer shows deflection. A deflection can be observed if and only magnets are in relative motion. Either coil has to move or both coil and magnet have to move relatively. That means this should be moving. So flux gets linked here. When the magnet is moved away from the coil, it is away, the galvanometer shows a deflection in opposite direction. When we take it in this direction, current flows in one direction, and when this is the direction of the current, and when we move it away, the current gets reversed in opposite direction. Bringing south pole towards the coil produces the opposite direction. Then you do one thing, in the next experiment you reverse it, south pole here and north pole here. So what happens when we do this? When south pole towards the coil produces opposite deflection as bringing the north pole. As when we brought north pole here, current was in direction, and when we brought in the second step we brought S pole, the current was in reverse direction. Faster the magnet or the coil is moved, larger is the current. So the rate of rotation, if you move the magnet fast, the current will be more. By this experiment, we can conclude that the relative motion between coil and magnet produces current. Please note down, the relative motion of coil and magnet generates an EMF in the coil. This is the coil. Question number 70. Explain the coil and experiment of Faraday. Coil and coil. Previous section it was coil and magnet. Please note here. Previously it was coil and magnet. In this case it is coil and coil. Let us see. Please see the figure. Here in this question number 70, there are two coils. This is coil C1 and this is another coil C2. So for one coil C1 we are connecting a galvanometer as earlier, and in this C2 we are connecting a potential and the current we are observing. If we replace the magnet, so previously it was magnet, by a current carrying coil, this is the current carrying coil, a similar observation can be made. So whatever we observed last time, the same observation can be made. When the current carrying coil is brought near the coil connected to the galvanometer shows deflection, indicating a current. So, when you bring this coil C2 near C1, you will see the current flowing, and moving away, again current is flowing in the opposite direction. Hence, EMF is produced in the coil. That means, due to current changes in this, EMF is produced in this coil. Thus, the relative motion between a coil and another coil, see, note down relative motion. Relative motion between a coil and another coil carrying the current induces EMF. So this is a coil and coil experiment. Question number 71. Derive an expression for the motional EMF induced in a conductor moving in a magnetic field. So this also we have studied in our previous section, that is our lesson 6a. So we are required to derive an expression for motional EMF induced in a conductor moving in a magnetic field. Consider a straight conductor PQRS. See, this is a PQRS. PQ is a moving length. PQRS. PQRS. Length L moving in a magnetic field intensity B. This into mark indicates the magnetic field. This into mark with a constant velocity. This PQ rod is moving with a velocity, constant velocity. PQ is free to move so as to vary the distance. So when it goes nearer, this is the X is the distance. That is between R and Q is the X distance. If you move this, X decreases. If you move away, X increases. As shown in, this is shown in the figure. Therefore, we know phi B is equal to BLX. That is, flux phi is given by the relationship phi B, magnetic flux is equal to magnetic field into length. This is the length of the conductor. This is the length of the SR is the length of the conductor. See, this is L, okay, length of the conductor, and X is varying. Therefore, since X is changing, the flux is changed due to motion of PQ, which is due to changes in X into the EMF. This is given by the equation E is equal to minus d phi by dt, that is equal to minus of, we know phi is equal to BLX. This is the relationship. Phi is equal to BLX. You substitute it. B and L are constant. L, the length is constant and flux density is constant. Therefore, what is varying is the distance, dx by dt. Therefore, dx by dt is the velocity of the conductor, PQ. Therefore, E is equal to BLV. dx by dt is V. This induced EMF is called motional EMF. E is equal to BLV is the motional EMF. Please note. Question number 72. Mention two characteristics, properties of material suitable for making core transformer. The property of the low coercitivity and low retentivity are the characteristics of the material used in transformer. This is studied in hysteresis loop, which is deleted from the previous chapter. Question number 73. On what factor does the magnitude of EMF induced in the circuit due to magnetic flux depend? That is, what are the factors that affect the induced EMF and flux? Answer: rate of flux, area, and orientation. Next question. Show the magnetic energy required to build up current I in a coil of self-inductance L is given by the factors. Please note, the factors influencing are the magnetic energy required to build up the current I in a coil of inductance is given by Li square. Sorry, this question I will read again. Please show the magnetic energy required to build up the current I in a coil of self-inductance is given by the relationship half Li square. That is, we have to prove U is equal to Li square. Answer. For establishing a current in the circuit, work is to be done against the back EMF. This work is stored as a magnetic energy. For a current I at any instant in a circuit, the rate of work done is dW by dt is equal to mod E into I. Therefore, E is given by Li and current relation di by dt. Therefore, total work done is equal to integral dW, that is equal to Li into di. That is, the current is varying from 0 to I. See here. Integral dW is equal to integral 0 to I Li into di. Therefore, W is equal to half Li square. That is the work done. That is also given by the energy stored U. Having summarized chapter number 6, we will take up some worked examples. Example 1. A solenoid with 15 turns per centimeter has a small loop of area 2 centimeters square placed inside the normal to the axis of solenoid. If the current carried by solenoid changes steadily from 2 amps to 4 amps in 0.1 second, what is the induced voltage in the loop while current is changing? Please read the question once again yourself and note down in your book. Solution. Given n is equal to 15 number of turns per centimeter. Please note it is number of turns per centimeter. This number of turns should be converted into number of turns per meter. If there are 15 turns per centimeter, therefore for 100 centimeters the number of turns will be n is equal to 15 into 100 equal to 1500 turns per meter. Area of cross section. Area of cross section is given as A is equal to 2 centimeter square. This also has to be converted into meter square. Therefore, this will be 2 into divided by 100 into 100. That will be 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4 meter square. Therefore, current is I1 is equal to 2 amps and I2 is equal to 4 amps. Therefore, dt is equal to, in 0.1 second, it is given that initial current is 2 amps and final current is 4 amps in 0.1 second. The question asked is, we have to find out the induced voltage E. We know the equation B1 is equal to mu naught NI1. Initial field magnetic field intensity is equal to mu naught N into I, and finally B2 is equal to mu naught N times I2. Therefore, d phi is equal to B2 minus B1 into A. That is equal to mu naught into N into I2 minus N1 into A, because phi is equal to B by A. So here, for knowing the value of phi, we have to multiply flux density with area. Therefore, substituting the values we get, mu naught is 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7 N is the number of turns, 1500. I2 minus I1 is 4 minus 2 into A is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4. That is equal to 7.6 into 10 to the power of minus 7 Webers. Therefore, we have calculated the value of B1. Now we have to find E, induced EMF E, which is given by the equation delta phi by delta t. That is equal to 7.6 into 10 to the power of minus 7 divided by 0.1, because current is changing in 0.1 second. This is given by 7.6 into 10 to the power of minus 6 volts. This is the answer. Let us take up example number 2. A rectangular loop of sides 8 centimeters and 2 centimeters with a small current is moving out of a region of uniform magnetic field of magnitude 0.3 Tesla, directed normal to the loop. What is the voltage developed across the cut? If velocity of loop is 1 centimeter per second in a direction normal to the longer side, when it is normal to the shorter side of the loop, for how long does the induced voltage last in each case? I will read the question once again. Please note carefully. Example number 2. A rectangular loop of side 8 centimeters and 2 centimeters with a small cut is moving out of a region of uniform magnetic field of magnitude 0.3 Tesla, directed normal to the loop. What is the voltage developed across the cut if velocity of loop is 1 centimeter per second in a direction, velocity is in a direction normal to the longer side, case 1, and case 2, it is normal to the short side of the loop. For how long does the induced voltage last in each case? Given loop of length 8 centimeters, that is converted into meters, 8 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meters. Breadth of the loop is 2 centimeters. B is equal to 2 centimeters, 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meters. And B is given as 0.3 Tesla. Velocity V equals 1 centimeter per second. That is equal to 10 to the power of minus 2 meters per second. We know the formula E is equal to BLV. So here it is a straightforward substitution. 0.3 into 8 into 10 to the power of minus 2 into velocity is 10 to the power of minus 2. That is equal to 24 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Time for which induced EMF will last is dt is equal to distance over velocity. Therefore, that is equal to distance is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2 divided by velocity is 10 to the power of minus 2. That is equal to 2 seconds. The conductor is moving outside the field normal to the shorter. Case number 2 is normal to the shorter side. That is B is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. We know the equation is given by here, because it is moving through the breadth B, the equation becomes E is equal to B into capital B into small b. Small b is the width of the loop, smaller side of the loop, and V is the velocity. So substituting the values, B is equal to 0.3. B is 0.3 into small b 2 centimeters, that is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2, and velocity is 10 to the power of minus 2, that is 1 centimeter per second is equal to 10 to the power of minus 2 meters per second. Therefore, E's value is 0.6 into 10 to the power of minus 4. Hence, we are also required to find how long does the induced voltage last in each case. So, when the distance travelled is 8 centimeters, T is given by distance or velocity, that is 8 into 10 to the power of minus 2 divided by velocity 10 to the power of minus 2. So, this value has come from here 8 centimeter, and this value has come from the velocity, this part, that is equal to 8 seconds. Let us take up example number 3. A 1 meter long conducting rod rotates with an angular frequency of 400 radians per second. So, omega is equal to 400 radians per second about an axis normal to the rod passing through it at one end. The other end is in contact with a circular metallic ring. A constant magnetic field of 0.5 Tesla parallel to the axis exists everywhere. Calculate the EMF between the center and the ring. Please read the sentence. Solution. Given L is equal to 1 meter, omega is equal to 400 radians per second, magnetic field density is B equals 0.5 T Tesla, E equals what? We know velocity is equal to V is equal to L into W, that is velocity is equal to angular velocity into the distance. Therefore, average linear velocity is 0 plus L omega divided by 2, that is initial velocity is 0, then it is final velocity divided by 2. It is given by LW by T. LW by 2, sorry. E is equal to BLV, that is equal to 0.5 into 1 into 1 into 400 divided by 2. Omega is 400 radians. So, E is, the value of E is 100 watts. Example number 4. Current in a circuit falls from 5 amps to 0 amps, that is changing current from 5 to 0 in 0.1 second. If an average EMF 200 volts is induced, give an estimate of the self-inductance of the coil. That means here we have to find out the self-inductance. Given di by dt and value of E is 200 volts. Solution. E is equal to 200 V, di is equal to 5 to 0, that is equal to 5, and dt is 0.1 second. Therefore, di by dt is equal to 5 by 0.5, that is equal to 50. di by dt is 50. We also know the equation mod EMF is equal to minus L di by dt, that is equal to L is equal to minus of E divided by di by dt. The entire di by dt is taken to the denominator. Numerator E remains same. Therefore, let us substitute the values. Therefore, E given voltage is 200 volts divided by Li by Ld, that is di by dt is equal to 50. So, denominator is 50. So, L the value of L will be 4 henries. That is the answer. Let us solve example number 5. A circular coil of radius 8 centimeters and 20 turns rotates about its vertical diameter with an angular speed of 50 radians per second in a uniform magnetic field of magnitude 3 into 10 to the power of minus 2 Tesla. Obtain the maximum and average EMF induced in the coil. So, we have to find E maximum and E average. If the coil forms a closed loop of resistance 10 ohms, calculate the maximum value of current. So, he has given the resistance as 10 ohms and we have to find maximum voltage, induced EMF and current. Calculate the average power loss due to the heating in joules. Where does this power come from? These are the questions. So, please read the question once again. I will read for you. A circular coil of radius 8 centimeters and 20 turns rotates about its vertical diameter with an angular speed of 50 radians per second in a uniform magnetic field of magnitude 3 into 10 to the power of minus 2 Tesla. Obtain the maximum and average EMF induced in the coil. If the coil forms a closed loop of resistance 10 ohms, calculate the maximum value of current in the coil. Calculate the average power loss due to heating in joules. Where does this power come from is the question. Solution. First we will calculate the flux. Flux through each turn is phi is given by phi is equal to B into A, vector B into A, that is also eliminating the vector sign and substituting by a dot product. We know phi is equal to BA cos theta, that is equal to theta is omega t, because it is theta is varying with angular velocity with respect to time. Therefore, for n turns phi is given by n b pi r square, because it is a circular coil with a radius r, the area of circle is pi r square cos omega t. Here we have just substituted the formula for area as pi r square. Therefore, induced EMF E is equal to d phi by dt. So, here we will substitute the value of phi as calculated in the previous equation as n b pi r square cos omega t divided by dx. That is equal to n b pi r square omega sin omega t, that is integrating differentiating this value, we get n b pi r square omega into sin omega t. Therefore, E maximum is equal to n b pi r square omega when it is 90 degrees. When omega t is 90 degrees, we get n b pi r square omega. Therefore, that is equal to 20 into 3 into 10 to the power of minus 2 into 3.14 into 8 divided by 100 into 50. That is equal to 0.603 volts. Average EMF over the cycle is 0, because there is a positive cycle and a negative cycle. So, average is 0 for any sine wave. Hence, here also average EMF is 0. So, current maximum is given by E max divided by R, that is equal to E max we have calculated as 0.603, substitute 0.603 divided by 10 ohms the given resistance, that is equal to 0.0603 amps. Power loss is given by half E maximum into I maximum, that is EI by 2, E max into I max by 2, that is equal to half into 0.603 into 0.0603, that is equal to 0.018. It is also given by I square R. This I is 0.0603 into 0.63 into R. The induced current causes a restoring torque in the coil. An external source, that is a rotor, is responsible for supplying the energy. So, in AC generator, the external source supplies the energy. In this section, we have multiple choice questions. Though there may not be multiple choice questions in your board examination, the same are likely to be asked in your competitive examinations like NEET, JEE or CET examinations. Please study them and understand and make your notes. Question number 1. Due to relative motion of a magnet with respect to a coil, an EMF is induced in the coil. Identify the principle involved. There are 4 options in the question. You have to identify the relative motion of a magnet to a coil. Let us see the 4 options. Ampere's law, Faraday's law, Gauss law and Biot-Savart law. Answer is Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Question number 2. In Faraday's experiment, an electromagnetic induction, more deflection will be shown by a galvanometer. When? So, when the galvanometer shows more deflection, what does it indicate? A. Magnet is in uniform motion towards the coil. Magnet is in uniform motion away from the coil. Magnet is accelerated motion towards the coil. Magnet is at rest near the coil. Answer is C. Magnet is in accelerated. When it is moving fast, then the more current is produced. Question number 3. If both the number of turns and core length of an inductor is doubled, keeping the other factors constant, then its self-inductance will be. If both number of turns and core length L is N and L are doubled, that is L and N and all others kept constant, what will happen to inductance? A. Unaffected, B. Doubled, C halved and D. Quadrupled. Answer B, that is it will be doubled. It is given by L is equal to mu naught N square A by L. So when we increase L, N square is 2 into 2, it becomes 4. And length, when it is doubled, it is 2L. So it will be doubled. Answer is doubled. Question number 4. Oscillating metallic pendulum in a uniform magnetic field directed perpendicular to the plane oscillation. It slows down. B becomes faster. C remains unaffected. D oscillates with changing frequency. Answer. It slows down due to eddy current. Question number 5. The direction of induced current is such that it opposes the very cause that has produced it. This law is of A. Lenz, B. Faraday, C. Kirchhoff, D. Fleming. Answer is A. That is Lenz's law. That is it opposes. You please note here, it opposes opposes the very cause of it. That question number 6. A metallic cylinder is held vertically. Then a small magnet is dropped along its axis. It will fall with acceleration A greater than G, B acceleration A less than G, acceleration A equals G, D constant velocity A equals 0. Answer is B, acceleration, that is A is less than G, that is eddy current. It is due to eddy current. Question number 7. An EMF of 200 volts is induced in a circuit when current in the circuit falls from 5 amps to 0 amps in 0.1 second. The self-inductance of circuit is, 4 options are there: 3.5 Henry, 3.9 Henry, 4 Henry and 4.2 Henry. Answer is 4 Henry, that is C. That is L is equal to E divided by delta I over delta T. That is change of current in 0.1 second. That is, therefore E is given as 200 divided by delta I is change in current is 5 amps divided by 0.1, that is equal to 4 Henry. Question number 8. The magnetic flux linked with a coil at any instant t is given by the equation phi is equal to 6t square minus 8 plus 5. This is the given equation for flux. The EMF we have to require to find out EMF induced in the coil at t equals 2 seconds is, t is also given as 2 seconds. So equation for phi is given and time period t is given. We are required to find out E. So answers are minus 16, minus 24, plus 24 and plus 64. Plus 16. We have to make calculations using the formula E is equal to minus d phi by dt. Here d of phi is 6t square minus 8 plus 5. We have to go, and dt divided by dt, that is equal to, see here, differential of 6t square is 12t. It is given here 12t minus differential of minus 8t. From our differential calculus, it is minus 8. This relation and differential of phi is 0. Therefore, the two factors are 12t minus 8. That is equal to t is 2 seconds. So 12 into 2 is 24 minus 8. 24 minus 8 equals minus 16. Therefore, the answer is minus 16 volts. This, it is minus, minus sign is here before this minus of. Question number 9. A small piece of metal wire is dragged across the gap between poles of a magnet of 0.4 F. If the change in magnetic flux is 8 into 10 to the power of minus 4 Webers, then EMF induced in the wire is given by 8 into 10 to the power of minus 3, 6 into 10 to the power of minus 3, option C 4 into 10 to the power of minus 3, and option D is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3. This is also a calculation. See, these are all small sums which are asked in the form of an objective type of paper questions, and this may also be asked as a 1-mark question. D, answer is D, that is E is equal to d phi by dt, that is equal to d phi is 8 Webers, 8 into 10 to the power of minus 4, it is given, divided by dt, delta t is 0.4 seconds. Here you see, this is 0.4 seconds. So 8 into 10 to the power of minus 4 divided by 0.4 is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 volts. Question number 10. If number of turns per unit length of a coil, a solenoid, is doubled, keeping the other dimension same, then its self-inductance will be half, doubled, 4 times and 8 times. Again, you use you make calculation using the formula L is equal to mu naught M square into L into A. That is, L is proportional to N square. Therefore, C is doubled. When L is doubled, C is 4 times. When L is doubled, the N square becomes 4 times. Question number 11. The energy stored in a coil carrying current I is U. If the current is half, then the energy stored in the coil will be. This is once again calculation using the formula half Li square. So 4 options are there: A, B, C and D. The correct answer is B. How it is? U is equal to, we know U is equal to half Li square. That is equal to half, U is equal to half into L is same, I is halved, it is given, current is half, therefore I becomes I by 2. Half L into I by 2 square, that becomes half into Li square by 4. Therefore U will be U by 4. Answer is, it will be U by 4. This is the answer. Question number 12. A conducting square loop of L side L and resistance R moves in its plane with a uniform velocity V perpendicular to one of its sides. A magnetic induction B constant in the time and space pointing perpendicular and into the plane of the loop exists everywhere. The current induced in the loop is, this is the loop here, side L, and the resistance of the loop is R, moves in a plane of B. B is shown here by into marks with a uniform velocity. Velocity of the square loop is V. A magnetic induction B, B constant in space pointing perpendicular to the plane. This is into, it shows plane. Loop exists everywhere. The current in the loop is given by 4 options: BLV cross clockwise, BLV anti-clockwise, BLV divided by R anti-clockwise, and 0. Correct answer is D. That means 0, because no flux change is taking place as B exists everywhere and it is not changing. That is why it is 0. Next question. A conducting square loop of side L and resistance R moves in its plane with a uniform velocity V perpendicular to one of its sides. A magnetic induction B constant in time and space and pointing perpendicular and to the plane at the loop exists everywhere with half the loop outside. Here in this condition, the half of the loop is outside as shown in the figure. The induced EMF is given by, you see here, this loop is half of the loop is outside the magnetic field and only half is inside, and we have to find the EMF. And the options are A 0, B R V B, that is where R is the resistance, V is the velocity, and B is the magnetic field. Option C V B L by R, where L is the length of the one side, that is in the diagram AB is the length of the side and D is VBL. Answer is D. Question number 14. A wheel with 10 metallic spokes, each 0.5 meter along, 0.5 meter long is rotated with a speed of 120 revolutions per minute in a plane normal to the Earth's magnetic field at a place. If the magnitude of the field is 0.4 Gauss, the induced EMF between axle and the rim of the wheel is equal to 1.256 into 10 to the power of minus 3 volts. B. 6.28 into 10 to the power of minus 4 volts. Option C. 1.256 into 10 to the power of minus 4 volts. Option D. 6.28 into 10 to the power of minus 5 volts. These are the four options. You have to make calculations using the formula. This sum was already done in previous video, that is in 5D, and you please calculate it here again using the formula E is equal to BL square pi V, and the calculations are as shown in the screen. Question number 15. In a circuit with a coil of resistance 2 ohms, the magnetic flux changes from 2 webers to 10 webers in 0.2 seconds. The charge that flows in the coil during this time is given is the charge Q is 5 coulomb. Option A. Option B is 4 coulomb. Option C is 1 coulomb. And option D is 0.8 coulomb. Answer is B, that is 4 coulomb. The calculations are given. dq is equal to d phi by r. d phi is flux change from 10 webers, that is 2 webers to 10 webers, divided by resistance is 2. It is question number 16. The magnetic flux through a circuit of a resistance R changes by an amount del phi in time delta t. Then the total quantity of electric flux Q which passing during this time through any point of circuit is given by. We have to find the relation. Okay. Correct answer is D, that is the d phi by dq. Calculations are also given. Please note down and you make calculations and arrive at the result. Question number 17. A coil having an area A0 is placed in a magnetic field which changes from B0 to 4B0. That means the magnetic field has changed from B0 to 4 times B0 in a time interval T. The EMF induced in the coil will be option A 3A0 B0 by T, option B 4A0 B0 by T, option C 3B0 by A0 T, and option D 4B0 by A0 T. Answer A, and calculations are given. D phi is B0 minus 4B0, therefore it is 3A0 B0 by T. Now completion type questions. First question, SI unit of mutual inductance is Henry. Question number 2 coils having mutual inductance of 1.5 Henry. If the current in the primary circuit is raised by 5 amps in 1 millisecond after closing the circuit, then induced EMF in the secondary coil is given by E is equal to L of di by del I by del T. You please see the calculation, and the correct answer is 7.5 into 10 to the power of 3 volts. Question number 3. Two concentric coils, one of small radius A1 and the other of radius A2, such that A1 is less than A2 are placed coaxially with centers coinciding. The mutual inductance is given by mu naught pi A1 square divided by 2A2. The formula is also given. Question number 4. Self-inductance of a long solenoid. Area of cross section N is the number of turns and L is the length, with core material of magnetic relative permeability is given by the formula mu naught mu r n square A by L. You have to remember this equation. Question number 5. A closed loop moves normal to the constant of electric field between plates of a large capacitor. Hence, no current is induced in the. True or false type question. The magnetic flux passing through a plane surface area which is held perpendicular to magnetic field is maximum. Maximum. True. The rate of change of magnetic flux through a coil is maximum when magnet is held stationary near the coil. False. The magnetic flux passing through the coil becomes twice when the number of turns become 2 times. True. This is given by the relationship phi is equal to NBA cos theta. When you increase the n, the flux increases. AC generator is based on the principles of electromagnetic induction. True. Self-inductance of a coil increases when iron core is introduced in the core of the coil. True. Cutting slots in copper plate oscillating between the magnetic poles reduces the effect of eddy current. It is true. Eddy currents are produced in the copper plate when it is held static between poles of a magnetic. False. Matching type question. Here, an increasing current flowing through the wire PQ, the direction of the induced current in coils A and B are. See, this is a current is passing through the wire. This is PQ is a wire, and A and B are current carrying coils. This is one coil, this is one coil, and we are required to write. The question is, the question options are given here in A. Coil A. Coil में what happens in coil A, and option B is coil B. Then in the table 7, in the column 7, P is the current in coil A, whether it is a clockwise or anti-clockwise, and the third option is no current is induced in A. So we have to match what happens when the current flows from P to Q, what happens in coil A and what happens in coil B. So coil A current will be clockwise, that is A to P. Coil current flows in clockwise. You have to match A is to P. And coil B current flows in the anti-clockwise direction. Uses Lenz's law. So with this, we have to revise all our formulae. Please note down, we have given here the quantity in column 1 and symbols are given in column 2 and their units are given in column 3 and dimensions of these quantities are given in column number 4 and the relationship between different quantities are also given in column number 5, formulae, important formulae. This you please revise repeatedly, practice it and remember it. These formulas are extensively helpful in solving numerical problems. And with this we conclude it.